हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाय नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादः शंकरं लोकशंकरम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्य देहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शंकरं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरम् भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ओम नमः शिवाय 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 ओम नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वती पतये। हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। Wish you all a very auspicious Shri Ganesh Chaturthi. May Bhagwan Ganesh Ji's Kripa flow through all of us to the world around us. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. We'll begin with the Shanti mantra. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. We shall chant from the first Anuvaka. Om Bhrigu Varunihi Varunam Pitaramupasasara Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti Tasma Etat Provacha Annam Pranam Chakshushrotram Manovachamiti Tagam Hovacha Yato Va Imani Bhutani Jayante येन जातानि जीवन्ति यत्प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्ति तद्विजिज्ञासस्व तद्ब्रह्मेति स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा अन्नं ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात् अन्नाद्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते अन्नेन जातानि जीवन्ति अन्नं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्तीति तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार हदेहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगं होवाच तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा प्राणो ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात् प्राणाद्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते प्राणेन जातानि जीवन्ति प्राणं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्तीति तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगं होवाच तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा. So Brighu, the son of Varuna, approached his father and requested him to teach him Brahma Vidya. The father said that Anna, Prana, Chakshu, Shrotra, Mana and Vach, Vani, are the gateways to recognize Brahma. And the Lakshana of Brahma is Yato Vaimani Bhutani Jayante Yena Jatani Jivanti Yat Prayanti Visamvishanti. That from whom everything is born, in whom everything is sustained, and in whom everything merges back, that is Brahma. You inquire and recognize that Brahma. Thereafter, Brighu does tapas, focused attention, concentrated contemplation on Brahma using the lakshanas given by his teacher. So, through very intense contemplation, intense tapas, Brighu first understood Anna as Brahma. Anna is food which makes our body, not only our body, but the bodies of all beings are made from food. Everyone, all jivas eat food, and one jiva eats another jiva only. So all beings are born from food, they are sustained in food and merges back into food. Food is nothing but matter. The entire cosmos is made up of matter. Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi. That's all the world is. Combination, permutations of these five elements. With this understanding, Brighu approached his father again, who told him to do tapas and understand Brahma properly. What you have understood is only the outermost layer. So, with further tapas, Brighu understood prana as Brahma. We are not just the body, we are a live body. The body is living, the body is breathing, the body is eating, the body is walking, talking, it's functioning. And what is making that body function? It is the pranas. Not only my body, but all the bodies are made active by pranas, the life. And not only what we consider as living, or what we, from our limited standpoint, what we have understood as living beings, but even the world, the inert, so-called inert world, also functions because of pranas. A tiny little atom, if one observes, we find it is also very active. The electrons keep on revolving around a tiny nucleus. And at a larger scale, if we see our solar system or our galaxy, all these planets, they move, the satellites, they keep on revolving, rotating, and a lot of activities are happening in the cosmos. That is also made possible by pranas. So pranas are making the matter function. Pranas are the very support of this entire world. So Brighu understood prana, not only the prana which is present in this body, but the cosmic prana, which is making this whole cosmic dance possible as Brahma. But then he also understood that prana cannot be Brahma, because prana is also born. Prana is also controlled by something. So there must be some deeper truth behind pranas. So he approached his father, and his father then told him that you do tapas and recognize that Brahma. Whatever you have understood should match completely the Lakshana of Brahma. So again, Brighu does tapas, and then he recognizes a deeper layer of this reality as Brahma. So let us chant Anuvaka number 4. Mano Brahmeti Vyajanat Manaso Cheva Kalvimani Bhutani Jayante Manasa Jatani Jivanti Mana Prayantyabi Samvishanti Tad Vidnyaya Punareva Varunam Pitaramupasasara Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti Tagam Hovacha Tapasa Brahma Vijitnyasasva Tapo Brahmeti Satapo Tapyata Satapastaptva. After deep contemplation, focused attention, focused tapas, Brighu came to understand mind as Brahma, Mano Brahmeti Vejanat. See, when we observe ourselves, our own body, and the function which is happening, the pranas which are making everything move, but pranas are not the ultimate. There is something deeper than the pranas which are even directing the pranas. And those are our senses and our thinking and our emotions. And this we see in ourselves. And also we can observe this in other animals and other creatures. Like, for example, this body, this hand, which is moving, is made possible because of the pranas. But the pranas will not move unless there is a thought of moving the hand. See, when we see something, we go towards it if it is conducive, but it is a danger, we run away from it. If we hear something very sweet, nice, we move towards it. If we get a nice fragrance, we move towards it. Sometimes it happens that we are busy doing some work at home. Then we get a nice fragrance from the kitchen. Then we forget about our work and move towards the source of that fragrance. So our ears, our nose, our eyes, our tongue, our skin propels the pranas to function. Also our thinking, our emotions, because all these senses are further controlled by the mind. The senses are handled by the mind. So when we see something in this world, the mind responds or reacts to that stimuli. And that reaction of the mind itself is what is called emotions. So we are comfortably walking in the forest, taking a what you call, or maybe jogging, and suddenly we notice a snake. So our eyes see the snake, and suddenly the body responds. There is fear. We just stop jogging. We try to move away from that place. So what made the pranas move the body? That is our senses and the response to the stimuli from outside in the form of emotions, in the form of thoughts. So our emotions, our thoughts are the functions of our mind, and the perceptions which happen through our senses, they make the pranas function. They are the source. They are the boss. And this we see in other creatures also. A dog or a cat, if you offer something for them to eat, they will come towards you. But if you show them a stick or something, and with an angry face, they try to run away. So their senses, their reactions with their own mind make them function, make them response. So our mind, which is made up of a lot of thoughts, constant thinking happens. As when we wake up in the morning, our eyes open, we look around, and our thinking also begins. With the thinking, our emotions. So this mind is a very important faculty which not only makes this body function but other bodies, and it is also something which is there behind the entire cosmos. We might not recognize with our limited understanding, but everything happens in this world, in this cosmos. Behind all those things, there is some thinking, some understanding which is there. Therefore, in the previous Valli, describing this Manomay Kosh, the teacher had described this Manomay Kosh as, as the Vedas themselves. The Vedas were described as the part of this Manomay Kosh. Kitasya Yajureva Shiraha. Yajurved is the head of this Manomay Kosh. Rig Dakshina Pakshaha. Rigved is like the right wing, right hand. Sam Uttara Pakshaha. Samaved is like the left hand. Adesha Atma, the teaching, the Adesh is the very Atma of this mind. And Atharvangi Rasa Pucham Pratishtha. Atharva, Angirasa, the rishis are like the support of this mind, the Manomay Kosh. See, our Vedas, they are the very source of knowledge. All the knowledge which are expressed through words are there in the Vedas. And our mind is also expressing the knowledge only in the form of thoughts responding to the stimuli outside. So mind is the very source from where we are born, we are sustained, and again we go back into the mind. So Mano Brahmeti Dvajanat. Therefore, Brighu understood this mind itself as Brahma, because all the lakshanas, the characteristics of Brahma, were seen in the mind. Manaso yeva khalvimani bhutani jayante. Manasaha, from mind alone, all these beings are born. Manasa jatani jivanti, and having taken birth, all of them remain supported by the mind. And mana prayantyabi samvishanti, and finally merge back into the mind. So tat vidnyaya punareva varunam pitaram upasasara. But still, Brighu was not fully satisfied. He thought something is missing. So he approached his father again and requested him to teach him Brahma. Adhihi bhagavo brahmeti. Please teach me Brahma. Means give me Brahma Vidya. Tagam hovacha, to him the father told that tapasa brahma vididnyasasva. Through tapas, try to know this Brahma. See, sometimes we try to solve a very difficult puzzle. We think that we have almost solved it. Then we approach our teacher to show him, like the Rubik's Cube and all people try to solve. We have to make all the faces with those colors. So sometimes one or two faces we get of one color and then we approach the teacher. He says, no, no, this is not complete. This is not solved. You still have to work on it. All the sides should show different colors. So again, that person continues with his problem solving. So similarly, here also the teacher told Brighu that what you have understood as Brahma, the mind, is not Brahma. I mean, that is not ultimate. No doubt you have reached a very deep level, but mind is not Brahma. So tapo brahmeti, tapas itself will take you to Brahma. Therefore, tapas itself is called Brahma as a stuti of tapas. So tapo tapyata. Then again, Brighu went to a solitary place and he did tapas. Sat tapas tattva. And having done tapas for a long time, he contemplated on this mind as Brahma. And when he focused his attention on this mind, not only his mind, but he just thought about the mind at a deeper level, at a cosmic level. And then he came to understand that even this mind is controlled and motivated and directed by something deeper. And what is that deeper thing? That he understood. And that is revealed now in the next Anuvaka. So let us chant. Vijnanam brahmeti vyajanaat Vijnanadev khalvimani bhutani jayante Vijnanena jatani jivante Vijnanam prayantya visamvishanti ti Tad vijnaya punareva varunam pitaramupasasara Padhihi bhagavo brahmeti Tagam hovacha tapasa brahma viditnyasasva tapo brahmeti satapo tapyata satapas taptva. A very deep level of existence was understood by Brighu through his tapas. He came to understand that Vijnana means knowledge. Vijnana means intelligence. Vijnana is that intelligence which we also express through our buddhi. So that intelligence which is so subtle and so very fascinating, that Vijnana is controlling the thinking, the mind, and also our senses, and also the pranas, and our body, not only at the individual level, but this happens at the cosmic level also. It's most fascinating thing, the intelligence. See, even if we look at our own body and how it came into existence. We think ourselves to be body, but if we go deeper, we are really the pranas. But deeper than that, we are the mind. But even at a deeper level, we are the intelligence. The body, when we were born, when we were in mother's womb, we, this body was a tiny little, like a drop of water, very, very tiny. But in that tiny matter, there was life. And behind that life, there was intelligence. Nowadays, science also tries to study, but they study matter itself. They study the matter, they study the chemical composition, they study the, the reactions, the electrical impulses, etc. So, from our father, the seed enters the mother's womb, and the child, the fetus, start growing there. So, all the information, all the intelligence which is required for the entire growth of the body is there. Nowadays, science talks about the sperm, the chromosomes, the DNA. In the DNA, the entire script is written of how the body should be made. And based on that script, the body slowly starts being constructed in the mother's womb. The hand, the leg, the trunk, the eyes, the nose, the ears, the internal organs, everything is made. The pranas start moving. The most miraculous thing, pranas are directed by the intelligence ultimately. So the whole structure of the body is made, directed, guided by that intelligence. See, like we want to build a house, we approach a architect. He gives us the blueprint. He gives us all the details, what should be used, the materials to be used and all. And then that is given to the builder, who according to whatever instructions are there, he builds the entire house. Similarly, that intelligence has as though given the blueprint in our own DNA and all, and based on that the whole structure is built. This intelligence is quite interesting. It guides every action, everything in our life. See, many times we think that I have decided, means consciously we come to know about our decision. But before we consciously know about our decision, the decision is already taken at a deeper level. We come to know about it little later. And then we say, oh, I have decided. So intelligence guides us, means it guides this body at every level. Though the intelligence expresses through the buddhi, but it also expresses through each and every cell of this body. It is there behind the pranas, it is there behind the mana. If we take something which is not conducive to the body, the intelligence within the body directs the body to secrete some fluids or some material to counter that poisonous thing which we might have swallowed. So intelligence is there, which is the very source. And this we can see in nature. We see the way the birds move in this world, guided by this intelligence. They migrate from one place to another place. They know which route to take. The fish, they also move in the seas. The plants, if we cut the trees or we put something in them, they respond to it through their own intelligence. Intelligence is not only seen in so-called living beings. I am using the word so-called living beings because we think only a few things are living, the rest are inert. But there is no such thing called inert. The entire cosmos is living. We only know if there are limited, their bodies are limited. But our whole earth is also alive. The sun, the moon, the stars are alive. The entire cosmos is alive. See, when I say I am alive, each and every part of my body is alive. But if you look at one part of my body and just look at it under microscope, zoom it to a big, large degree, we will see those molecules, we will see those uh, atoms. So, is the atom which we see alive? Generally, we say, oh, atoms are not alive, they are inert. But atoms are also alive. So, the entire world which we are seeing is alive. It is the body of Vaishvanara. And within Vaishvanara is Hiranyagarbha, guiding Vaishvanara. And Ishvara guides Hiranyagarbha. And the essence of Ishvara, the nature of Ishvara is Brahman. So here the intelligence is most fascinating, which we have to understand through our tapas, not the individual intelligence. Because many times we mistake our own theoretical understanding, our knowledge, our information, our data which we have collected as intelligence. Intelligence is much subtler than that. We put that intelligence, that understanding through words. But understanding is something beyond words. See, an animal is there who understands certain things, but their understanding is not exactly happening through words, through sentences, through some grammatical compositions. It's much subtler. Similarly, the understanding, the intelligence which we have is very subtle. It is part of the cosmic intelligence. Our buddhi is part of that cosmic buddhi. So the intelligence which is functioning through this body is part of that cosmic intelligence only. So if we meditate and if we focus our attention, if we do tapas, through tapas, we should be able to identify with this intelligence. That will happen if we drop our identification with our body, our pranas, our thinking, our intellect. So Brighu could do this. Brighu was able to meditate on this intelligence at a very, very deeper level. See, when we look at science also, science they study matter and they also study energy. But they fail to understand that there is something subtler than this energy. They fail to understand the that which makes us conscious, that which makes us see, hear, taste, us, think, feel, understand. Nowadays, a lot of research is going on in the field of consciousness also, but still that deeper understanding has not happened. Science is trying to, some of the scientists are trying to understand this consciousness. What they understand by consciousness is nothing but the mind. To see, hear, taste, touch, feel. That is what they understand as consciousness, but that also is very difficult for them to comprehend. So here, Brighu could comprehend that Vijnanam. It's called Vijnana. Vishesh Jnana. And that is there, it is there behind all that is happening in this entire cosmos. So Vijnanam Brahma iti Vijnanat. Brighu comprehended, understood Vijnanam as Brahma. See, when he understood, it is not just theoretical understanding, but he could actually see, he could actually experience it. He came to understand it very directly, not just theoretically. So Vijnanam Brahma iti Vijnana. And Vijnanadeva Khalvimani Bhutani Jayante. And he understood that all these beings are really born from this intelligence only. Intelligence alone then got bifurcated into so many different types of beings. What is common in all of them is this intelligence. A tiny little ant. What is there in that ant? The body, which is made up of anna, the pranas, which make the ant move around, its senses, which responds to the stimuli from outside, but beyond their senses is the intelligence, which is so subtle. So amazing wonder of this intelligence we see when we observe nature. Sometimes we see thousands of birds flying together in a particular rhythm. All of them are flying together in a beautiful rhythm, moving together like a cosmic dance. There, the individual birds are not deciding, but there is an intelligence which is guiding all the birds together. So, the same intelligence which is guiding the birds is guiding the animals, birds, plants, fish. So, through tapas, we have to comprehend this intelligence, vijnana. That's how step by step we move forward. Through tapas, first we have to understand anna. Anna means not only my body, but the entire cosmos should be able to understand, should be able to identify. Thereafter, understand the pranas, not only the pranas which are functioning in my body, but functioning in other bodies and in the entire world. Then understand the senses. That's so fascinating. Sitting at one place, I can look at the star, which is millions of light years away. I can see, I can hear things around, I can smell. It's such a great wonder. See, when you are watching the star, it is very, very far away. And the light which has started from that star, it took many, many years, millions of years to pass through the space. And then when it enters our eyes, it just gets dissolved into it. It just disappears within. So what we hear, what we taste, what we touch, the stimuli which enters our system, they just get dissolved into our system. They dissolve into our mind. The mind gets dissolved into our intelligence. So it's the most mysterious, miraculous, wonderful cosmos in which we are existing. So Vijnana Khal Vimani Bhutani Jayanti. All these beings are born from Vijnana. You see a small seed. If you open that seed, you won't see anything. No structure is seen. Sometimes it's very smooth and all. But same seed, if it is put into the soil and proper water and fertilizer and whatever is given to the seed, it slowly sprouts and starts growing into a plant, into a tree. A magnificent tree grows with a large trunk, many branches, leaves, sweet fruits. From where it got the material to build this whole tree? From the earth, from the atmosphere. But how did it manage to build a particular tree? It was built from the intelligence which was stored in that seed. A magnificent tree was born. Similarly, intelligence which was stored in our parents' body gave birth to our body. Similarly, the intelligence which is there in this entire cosmos gave birth to this cosmos. The entire cosmos was born from intelligence, sustained in intelligence, and merges back into intelligence. Everything happens guided by this intelligence. We give different names. Sometimes in science and all, they call it instinct or some other names. But it's just intelligence. Jnanam, Vijnanam, Vijnanena jatani jivanti. All having born from Vijnanam, with the help of Vijnanam only, all the beings they survive. And Vijnanam prayantyavi samvishanti, and again merges back into Vijnanam. The entire cosmos is born, it is sustained, and again get dissolved to be born again. In science, they use their own limited instruments to study this world. They talk about the Big Bang. They talk about the Big Bang. The entire world came from that Big Bang. But what prompted that Big Bang? And what is that which is making everything function so systematically? There is a law behind every activity which is happening in this world. If the galaxies are moving, there is some law behind those movements. If the creatures are functioning in a particular way, there is some law guiding them. Even the so-called matter is guided by laws. So these laws are nothing but the intelligence. So Vijnanam prayantyavi samvishanti iti. All these creatures after gaining that birth, being sustained by Vijnana, again merges back into Vijnana. But why is that this Vijnanam, why is this intelligence functioning? Why are we born? Why do we live in this world? Why is this intelligence guiding us into various different avenues, different paths? What is the reason? What is the purpose of us taking birth, of us living in this world, of us dying? Is it just a play of this intelligence? Or is there something deeper, something subtler which is happening? Why am I born? And why do I live in this world? Keep on working, keep on struggling, taking different decisions which are actually guided by the intelligence only. Why do I live? So what is the motivation behind this intelligence? Is there something subtler than intelligence also? And Brighu, through his deep contemplation and focus, he could sense that there must be something, but he was not sure. So he approached his father again. Tad vidnyaya punareva varunam pitaram upasasar. To understand that Brahma Because unless we understand Brahma, our journey is not complete. So in order to understand, know that Brahma, again he approached his father. So when the father understood he has reached Vijnanam, he has reached very close. He has reached almost the doorway of Brahma. One step more and he will enter Brahma. As though. So Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti, please teach me Brahma. Tagam Hovacha. To him the father said, Tapasa Brahma Vijitnyasasva. You know Brahma through tapas. Do tapas. Just focus. Because Brahma is already there. It's not that we are creating Brahma. Brahma is present. What we have to create through tapas is the ability to observe, is the ability to see, is the ability to experience. Mm. It's already there. We have to fine tune our own instruments to comprehend it. Like if you want to comprehend silence, silence is already there. But we have to transcend all sound. Even when we go to a very quiet place, still some sound might be there. But if you transcend all the sounds, even our own heartbeat and our own thinking will create noise. So even those noise are silenced, we will be able to experience silence. Similarly, if we sharpen our buddhi, make it more and more pure and subtle, we will be able to enter deeper into our own being and comprehend Brahma in his entire glory. So Brighu has reached almost to the destination. One more step is required. So sat tapotapyata. So the teacher told him, you do tapas. Tapo brahmeti. Tapasa brahma vijitnyasasva. So tapas, you know Brahma. So Brighu went again to a solitary place, a silent, peaceful place, and just sat and did tapas. How long, we don't know, but he did tapas. And through this tapas, he came to realize Brahma. So what happened? How did he do that tapas, and what? How did he recognize and realize that Brahma that we will see in our class on Monday? So till then, you take care. And today is Ganesh Chaturthi. We worship Ganesh Bhagwan as Vijnanam only. He is the Devata of knowledge. He is the Devata of Vijnana. So may his Kripa, Ashirwad be on all of us. So we will meet again on Monday. Till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana, listen to the pravachan again, contemplate, meditate, do tapas, and understand these various layers of your own being. Okay? So see you soon. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Bole Siya Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.